Good morning. Today is Thursday, March 3rd, A-Day. I'm Victoria.
And I'm Raj.
And this is Kennedy Live.
Now for some school announcements.
Warrior Games is a community service opportunity sponsored by the Department of Defense to support wounded, ill, or injured service members and their families.
Information is available on the table outside Ms. Teifer's office in the guidance area.
Advance ticket sales for Cinderella are now closed. The Saturday performance and Sunday brunch are sold out. Tickets for all of the performances can be purchased at the door for $20, and the play starts today, so make sure you go see it.
Please show up at least half an hour early before showtime to secure a seat. Tickets at the door are $20. Event coupons are accepted.
And we want to express this reminder to check out Gale Wins each week on the Kenny Catholic website. If you are interested in writing for Gale Wins, please contact Mrs. McGowan. Thank you.
All right, here's what's new in the news.
Astronaut Scott Kelly arrived in Houston early this morning when he was reunited with his family after a whirlwind year-long mission in space. Waiting for Kelly, 52, in Houston, where his two daughters and girlfriend, along with his identical twin brother, retired astronaut Mark Kelly, and his sister-in-law, former Arizona Representative Gabrielle Giffords, Jill Biden, was on hand to welcome Kelly home after a historic year in space.
Kelly spoke briefly about arriving. It's great to be back in Texas on U.S. soil. It's just an unbelievable feeling to be back here on planet Earth, back in our great country, and back with all my family and friends. He also paid tribute to his crew and colleagues. I wanted to say this was not only my flight. They talked about my year in space. It's not my achievement, it's NASA's achievement, and it's our country's achievement, he said.
And some positive news. A woman yesterday visited an animal shelter in Israel. There's more than 250 dogs in the small shelter. Overcome with happiness, I guess, she decided to adopt the whole shelter.
A small dragonfly is thought to be crisscrossing the globe, according to the new research, potentially migrating distances of even rival birds. The Master of Winged Migration, the study published Wednesday in journal PLOS ONE, analyzed the genetics of these groups, can't pronounce that, about almost every corner of the globe, and found little beasts were startlingly similar to no matter where they came from. There was not only one conclusion to be drawn: the dragonfly was launched themselves into the planet, gliding, flapping, cruising their way between continents.
Now let's head over to This Day in History with Tomas.
Morning, Kennedy. So, today in history, 1991, Congress establishes U.S. Mint. That's how we get our money printed, okay? So, pretty big deal. Okay, today, 1959, first U.S. probe entered solar orbit. That means it's spinning around the sun. It was called Pioneer 4. It was launched today in 1959. In 1972, NASA launches Pioneer 10, so, it must have been an improvement, on a spacecraft mission to go through the asteroid belt. And guess what? It's still running. It had an Intel 4004 microchip, and it was the first computer on a chip. And it's going to be the first probe to reach Jupiter. Well, it was, I should say. And it's going to be the first probe to leave the solar system. And in 20 years and 5 billion miles, the probe and chip are still functioning. If you want to know where it is, check out the NASA profile on their website. And finally, today, in 1909, the Ottawa Senators beat the Montreal Wanderers 8-3 in the Stanley Cup. So that's all. See you later, Kennedy.
Thanks, Tomas. Now for sports.
The boys basketball team has a game tomorrow against Fordham against Monsignor Ferro. Tickets are $5. Please see Mr. Tolan.
The boys basketball team has a game tomorrow against... Thanks, Max. Clippers erased a 22-point deficit to beat the Thunder 103-98. CP3, 21 points and 13 assists.
The Yankees won their first preseason game yesterday, 10-9 versus the Tigers.
The Thunder versus Warrior game plays a rematch of the last Saturday thriller.
And now for an interview with Mrs. Morris.
Thanks, guys. So I have Mrs. Morris here on the show today. Hi, Mrs. Morris. How are you?
Hello, Emma. I'm doing well, thank you.
So I just wanted to ask you some questions about On My Mind. I've been hearing a lot about it. What exactly is it?
On my mind is a book that's published by the Somers Rotary Club, and it contains writings from students in all different high schools in all different areas of just what's on their mind, anything that they want to write about.
So do you work with any other teachers to make this possible?
Yes, I work with my good friend Mrs. Normile, and she compiles all of the poetry and the prose and, you know, whatever they've written, and then we send it off, and then we have a book launch in May.
So would you say this is encouraging for young writers?
It's definitely encouraging because it gives them a chance to kind of think outside the box and get out of just not answering a prompt or doing an assignment. It's just coming right from them.
Right. Thank you, Mrs. Morris. Okay, guys, now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Emma. Well, I'm Victoria,
And I'm Raj.
and this has been Kenny Live. Have a fabulous day.